Hi, I'm Mike, founder of GoodBed.com. Today we're going to be taking an in-depth look at the Happsy mattress. Now this is particularly interesting because this is the first time that we're reviewing an organic mattress. Now if you've been a long-time viewer of our videos, you might be thinking, hang on a second, I've seen you guys review organic mattresses before. Well, we've reviewed mattresses that use organic materials or components, meaning materials that have been certified as organic. However, in order to be an organic mattress, you have to be certified top to bottom as organic. And that's a pretty high bar that includes not only what materials you can use, but maybe more importantly even, what materials you can't. And just so happens that Happsy also happens to be the least expensive certified organic mattress on the market. So we're going to go into more detail on all that and more, and as usual, help you decide whether the Happsy is a good match for you. Stick around. One of the first things you probably want to know about any mattress is just how soft it is. And in the case of the Happsy, it actually comes in two options, and we're going to talk about both of them throughout this video because we really consider them almost two different models. There's the Happsy without the topper and the Happsy with the topper. So without the topper, we would classify the softness of this mattress as a medium-firm on our softness spectrum, which means just to the firmer side of medium. With the topper, it actually softens up considerably, and that's not always the case with a latex topper. But with the topper, we would actually classify this as a medium soft, meaning just to the softer side of medium. So now let's get into what's actually in a Happsy mattress. And the construction here is really pretty straightforward. You're really talking about two key layers. You've got a 2-inch layer of certified organic Dunlop latex up on top, serving as your primary comfort and pressure relief material. Then below that, you've got an 8-inch pocketed coil unit serving as your primary support material. And that pocketed coil unit has 972 coils in a queen size, and it also has 2 rows of stronger coils going around the perimeter of the mattress in order to give the mattress a stronger edge. And that's really pretty much it from a broad strokes construction standpoint. There's a whole lot more interesting information and detail as it relates to both the certifications organic-wise of these various components, as well as the lack of chemicals used in making this mattress that we're going to go into in our natural materials section later in the video. If you're super interested in that and want to skip right to it, we'll include a link directly to that section in the description of this video. But then another interesting thing is, of course, all that is wrapped in a cover, which I should add is made with both certified organic cotton as well as an interior quilt of certified organic wool right here. But also that cover, as you can see here, just conveniently unzips. We didn't have to cut this open at all. It just unzips so that you could just pull it open, see your organic latex here, see your coils underneath. And I think this is a super neat feature too, because over time, the thing that's most likely to wear down in any mattress is the top layer of whatever it is on the top, and in this case, the latex. And so you would actually have the ability to swap this out for a new sheet of latex if you ever chose to do that. But nonetheless, it's nice to be able to kind of look inside your mattress and really see what's in it. They're not hiding anything. And then in terms of the topper, I think the construction here is even simpler. You basically just have a 2-inch layer of the same Dunlop latex that you have in the mattress. It's the same certified organic latex, and it's wrapped in the same certified organic cotton that you have in the cover of the mattress. So super simple there as well. Now we're going to get into the two things that everybody has to get from their mattress, which are back support and pressure relief. The trick here, though, is that no mattress can provide these things equally well for all people. It's going to depend on factors like your preferred sleep position, your weight, and even your body shape is going to play a role here. So we're going to talk through each of the 3 key sleeping positions and which sleepers in those positions are going to be best served by these 2 varieties of this mattress. I'm going to start on my back because that's the position I predominantly sleep in. And just for context, I'm about 6 feet tall, not quite 200 pounds. And what I can show you here is that on my back without the topper, which is what you're seeing now, I am very well supported. I feel like my spine is in a nice neutral alignment, meaning the same shape it's in when I'm standing. My hips are able to get into the mattress just enough, but not so much that there's any kind of sagging or hammocking. I'm getting nice support here in the lumbar area. I think that this, without the topper configuration, would be a good fit for a pretty wide range of back sleepers. Certainly people well lighter than me would be fine, I think. Even people significantly heavier than me. It's hard to project out beyond maybe 50 pounds heavier, but certainly up until that point, I think we'll be fine. With the topper, I would say, likewise, I think it's pretty good. I would have some concerns. I think if you're 50 pounds heavier than me, I would think the topper might be a little too much squish for you. You'd probably be better off sticking with the standard one if you're a back sleeper. If you are significantly lighter than me, though, and a back sleeper, you might really enjoy the topper. I think at some point, you know, more than 50 pounds heavier than me, 75, 80 pounds heavier than me, you might feel like this is a little firm. But, you know, as a back sleeper, I don't think it would be an issue, but you might just, if you prefer, from a comfort standpoint, a little more softness, you might prefer the topper and you would be fine on it. So that's kind of back sleepers. Let's switch over now to my stomach. And this is the position I spend the least amount of time in total. But I do think that as a medium-firm level of softness, I do think that this variety of this non-topper version of the Happsy, I think has enough firmness to combat the biggest concern with stomach sleep, which is overarching of the back. So I'm not really worried certainly I wasn't worried for me in this position. I wouldn't be worried with anyone lighter than me who's a stomach sleeper. And even people who are, again, pretty significantly heavier than me, I think there's enough firmness here to hold their midsection up and avoid that overarching. Now, that would be, again, I would extend that up. Certainly I couldn't speak to anything more than 50 pounds heavier than me, but at least 25 to 50 pounds heavier than me should be okay. The same would not be true with the topper version. I probably wouldn't recommend stomach sleepers who are much heavier than I am to go with the topper version. I think, again, you'll just find a little too much squish, and that's a real problem if you're a stomach sleeper, to have your heaviest parts sinking too far in. So you're probably gonna be better off with the non-topper version. Conversely, though, you know, lighter stomach sleepers, I think you probably would be okay if you're light enough, at least. Certainly if you're more than 50 pounds lighter than me, you probably could get away with stomach sleeping with the topper version. Now, switching over to my side, this is the position where we not only have to think about spinal alignment as we have in the other two positions, but also pressure relief, because in this position, your body's weight is distributed over the smallest surface area. So you're most likely to encounter pressure points in your shoulders and in your hips. For me, it's usually the shoulders, because that's the broadest part of my silhouette in this position. And so from a spinal alignment standpoint, what I look for is the ability for my shoulders to get into the mattress a little bit, so that the top of my spine doesn't have that up tilt when I'm lying on my side. And I can tell you that I'm getting a little bit of that here on the non-topper version, but if I were predominantly a side sleeper, I might prefer the topper from a spinal alignment standpoint. I definitely get into the mattress a little bit more in my shoulder area in a topper. And I'd say likewise from a pressure relief standpoint, I felt like the pressure relief was just a little bit better, not surprisingly, with the topper, which again is gonna matter most when you're on your side. So if I were predominantly a side sleeper, I'd say I'd probably lean towards the topper version. And I think that would be true for a lot of people, particularly if you're lighter and or curvier than me. And curviness could be shoulders like mine, or hips, or what have you. But to the extent that your body has curves, particularly if they're curvier than mine and or if you're lighter than me, I think the topper from both spinal alignment and pressure relief would be a nice addition for you. If you're heavier than me, you know, you might still prefer the topper as a side sleeper for those same reasons, but it might not be quite as important to you. So now we're going to get into the characteristics of a mattress where there is no universal better or worse. However, people's preferences will vary quite a bit on these. And the first of these was actually softness, which we've already covered. So now we're going to get into what we call responsiveness, which is the difference between sort of a slow melting memory feel versus a quick responding bounce. And let's start with memory feel, because it's a super easy one to eliminate on this mattress. There's no memory foam in this mattress. there's no memory feel, and there's no delayed responsiveness of any kind. You can see this mattress responds instantly to my movements here. So now we're going to test bounce, and bounce is a little trickier because you have to think of it in different levels of the mattress. Mattresses can have bounce on top and not on bottom, or vice versa. This mattress has bounce kind of at all levels. So you can see here just up on the surface, there's some bounce coming from the latex on top of the mattress, which is kind of a bouncy comfort material. Then we'll test what we call the mid-level bounce, dropping this 16-pound bowling ball, and you can see there's a decent amount of bounce there as well. Maybe not actually quite as much as we expected, by the way, from a mattress that consists entirely of latex and coils, but nonetheless, bouncy. Now I'll test what we call the deep bounce, where we see if it can push back my full 200-pound frame, and it can, of course, so there is definitely deep bounce as well. And we tested all of these both with and without the topper, and pretty much as you might expect, experienced bounce at all three levels of this mattress. The surface was a little bit bouncier, maybe with the topper. Maybe there was not quite as much deep bounce with the topper, but all in all, we would put this mattress towards the quick responding side of our spectrum in either case. The next characteristic where people are going to have different preferences is what we call cushioning depth, which is the difference between sleeping more in your mattress or getting that hugged or cradled sensation versus sleeping on your mattress and getting more of a floating on top of your mattress sensation. In the case of the Happsy, you really have kind of two different options here with the topper and without the topper. Let's start without the topper, where we would definitely consider that to be sort of a shallower cushioning depth that gives you definitely more of that floating on top of your mattress sensation. Whereas with the topper, it's a little bit more complicated because certainly there's enough cushioning here and you sink deep enough into it that we would say this is deeper than average cushioning sensation. But latex has kind of a natural buoyancy to it, a naturally floaty feel. And that offsets the amount of cushioning a little bit. So it might still feel like a little bit deeper than average cushioning, but probably doesn't feel as deep of cushioning as it actually is. So now we're going to shift gears, and for the rest of the video, we're going to talk about characteristics of the mattress that actually can be better or worse, but that may or may not be a priority for you personally. So we call these priority-based characteristics. And the first of these is motion isolation, which, as you may know, refers to the degree to which the person on, say, that side of the mattress is going to be aware of or disturbed by what's happening over here. And the first way we're going to test this is dropping this 16-pound bowling ball on this side of the mattress and seeing what happens to that bowling pin, which, as you can see, moves a little bit. And part of that, by the way, is going to be attributable to the adjustable base we have this on, but we use the same base for every test, so it's at least consistent. But overall, the key takeaway is the bowling pin definitely didn't tip over or really come anywhere close to tipping over. Now I'm going to put it to a little bit different / higher test where I put my full 200 pounds down. You can see, again, moves a little bit, but doesn't tip over. We tested this both with and without the topper, and what I can tell you is that they're pretty similar, but if anything, the motion isolation is a little bit better with the topper on both tests. So overall, we would say the motion isolation on this mattress, on the Happsy mattress, is very good, but again, slightly better with the topper than without. One important characteristic for some people is the ability to move around easily on the mattress. So we wanted to just show you that we don't really think this is going to be a problem for anybody on the Happsy mattress. And I want to just point out that we tested this both ways, both with and without the topper. And the topper has a lot of cushy softness on top, which sometimes on some mattresses can impede your movement. But latex is such a quick responding material that we really didn't experience that at all. It was still super easy to reposition. And also I want to add that if you heard any kind of creaking while I was moving around, that's not coming from the mattress. That's coming from the adjustable base that we have underneath. One important characteristic for some people is edge support. So we took a look at this both with and without the topper. And as you can see here, there's a little bit of dip here as I'm sitting on the sides, but overall this is nice edge support. And that's not surprising because Happsy actually uses 2 rows of lower gauge, meaning stronger gauge coil going around the perimeter of the mattress to give it a stronger edge. So one thing I'll say is that when we tested this with the topper, the test where I'm sitting on the edge, as I am now, you definitely get deeper because you pretty much are gonna compress those extra 2 inches of latex pretty easily when you have your full weight concentrated in such a small area. So there's a little bit more of a pronounced dip when you're sitting on it. However, in both cases, both with and without the topper, the edge support when I'm lying on the edge of the mattress is excellent. I feel completely stable, and again, that was the case even with the topper. So overall, we would say the edge support really on both of these is at least very good, if not excellent. Certainly excellent without the topper, and at least very good with the topper. One important criteria for some people is temperature, or the risk of overheating on any given mattress. And this is a highly personal characteristic, so you have to bear in mind that some people are going to be prone to this on just about any mattress, and some people are never going to overheat. So, but as we think about this just generally, what I'd say is, while this is not a mattress that has cooling features per se, no phase change material or conductors, things you might have heard us talk about in other reviews we've done. Generally speaking, those things involve chemicals or something that's not entirely natural or organic. So this mattress doesn't use those, but it doesn't use them not only for that reason, it also doesn't use them because frankly, I don't think it needs them. There's nothing about this mattress that really is designed in such a way that makes the trapping of heat up close to your body likely. In fact, there's a lot of things about this that make that unlikely. Let's start with the fact that you've got this very breathable organic cotton in the cover. Below that, you have a layer of wool, which is naturally temperature regulating and moisture wicking. And then below that, you've got latex, which is not a material that's known to retain heat, and in fact is a material that's made with vertical holes big enough that you can stick a finger into them, which are called pin core holes, which allows for a lot of vertical airflow going up and down through that layer. And then below that layer, you have coils, which of course are 99% air, and you have those coils going edge to edge. There's no foam perimeter here to trap heat inside the coil unit. So really, a lot of opportunity for air and heat to flow away from your body. So not a lot of opportunity for heat to get trapped. And it's also worth mentioning that because the latex doesn't conform as close to your body as a material like memory foam, that means more of your body's surface area is exposed to the air and able to just dispel heat kind of in the natural course of things. So overall, I really don't think this is going to be an issue for people. It's not likely to be one. That being said, what I would say is if you're really concerned about this and you're someone who's particularly prone to overheating and you're on the fence about whether to get the topper or not get the topper, I would probably say just don't get the topper because the topper does have a little bit more cushioning depth, a little bit more conformance, so you're probably going to not as much of your body's surface area is going to be in contact with the air. So on the margin, maybe you'd be more likely to get hot with the topper, but I really don't expect with or without the topper to be an issue for most people. One characteristic that may be especially important to you if you're watching this review is the use of natural materials in a mattress, or maybe more so just the lack of harmful chemicals. But in either case, this is definitely an area where the Happsy mattress excels. Let's start from the fact that this is a top to bottom certified organic mattress. And I want to explain something about the certification standard that is used for that. It's called GOTS, the Global Organic Textile Standard. But what's confusing to some people is that GOTS has two different standards. They've got a standard for certifying textile products, like say a mattress cover, as organic, as well as a standard for certifying a finished product mattress as organic. And a lot of times, in fact, more times than not, when you see the GOTS label on a company's website, it's meant to signify that one or more of the individual components of that mattress, such as the cover most commonly, have been certified as organic by GOTS, or to the GOTS standard at least. And in this case, this is so much more. This is the second standard. This is a totally different standard, which means that the entire mattress is certified organic. Now, to be certified organic as a mattress, you obviously have to use organic materials to make it. There are a few exceptions. For example, you are allowed to use materials that are deemed safe, have no off-gassing. for example, the steel coils used in this mattress are not organic per se, but there's no off-gassing from them. I believe they have to be recycled steel, and they have certain other criteria. So there's kind of carve-outs where organic is sort of not practical, but has no detrimental effect from a safety standpoint. And so that's part of it. But then the other part of it is that you have to, there's certain things that you obviously cannot use to be certified as organic in your entirety. Most notably, you cannot use chemicals. Glues, for example, adhesives are a big area where chemicals are used in mattresses, as well as fire retardants are another big area. So for fire retardants, what Happsy uses is wool. Wool is a natural fire retardant. So they have a layer of actually organic, certified organic wool serving as the fire retardant. Then they also, instead of glues, they use heat sealing, sewing, clips. The area that glues would normally be used in a mattress like this is holding all the different pocketed coils together. So you got all these vertical coils, and you need a way to make sure they don't tip over and sort of get crossed up over time inside the mattress. So they need to be held together, and glue is typically the way that's done. Well, not with the Happsy. So basically, no glues, no fire retardants, and with the exception of a few things like the steel that are deemed safe, perfectly safe, there's everything in here is individually certified as organic. So for example, this cotton used in this cover is certified organic cotton, as is the cotton fill used in this mattress, as is the wool, as I mentioned, and as is the latex. Now the latex is certified organic to what the GOLS standard, the Global Organic Latex Standard, which also is a very rigorous standard. It's certifying that not only is this latex 100% natural, meaning it came entirely from the sap of a rubber tree, not from any petrochemical, there's no petrochemical component to it, as there often is with natural blend latex, which sometimes is just called natural latex. So not only are they certifying that, all rubber serum goes into this latex, but they're also certifying that the rubber trees from which that serum came were organic rubber trees, so no pesticides and so forth used in the farming of those trees, as well as various sustainable practices used in sort of transporting and harvesting and so forth. So even like worker safety and stuff gets figured into these things. It's a real very high level kind of better earth type of mentality that goes into setting these standards. So it's really, that's really something that can give you a lot of comfort. They've gone even above and beyond a little bit, because I think it's hard to imagine how you would not pass a test like Green Guard given the components in this mattress, but they went ahead anyways and had this mattress certified by Green Guard that it has that it passes their tests as it relates to indoor air quality and so forth. In fact, they went ahead and had this thing tested to a handful of other tests. I can't remember them all offhand, so I'm just going to read them. Made Safe, FSC Rainforest Alliance, from UL Formaldehyde Free, that's the Underwriters Laboratory, Zero Toxics Product Registry, Green Business Network, the Ecology Center, American Sustainable Business Network, Environmental Media Association, 1% for the Planet, Women's Voices for the Earth. I feel like if you are out there and you have a certification that you are trying to get people to be interested in, maybe contact Happsy. I think they'd be interested. They want people to know that they're doing things the right way. So they have gone above and beyond in terms of having this mattress certified by third parties. So I do think clearly if natural materials, or again, maybe more so, the lack of harmful chemicals is important to you, there is a whole lot to take comfort in with the Happsy mattress. One characteristic that's becoming important to more and more people is adjustable base compatibility. And when we think about this, we always think about it three ways. One, will it damage the mattress in any way to use it on an adjustable base? And the answer with the Happsy is definitely not. It's designed to bend and flex just like you see here, so you don't have to worry about that. The second thing we look for is, does anything weird happen when you put it on an adjustable base, and particularly when you put it to the ultimate test of having the foot and the head both fully elevated. So we're looking for things like bowing out of the side, which we're not seeing any of here, as well as like bunching up in this valley here of like quilting material or cover, which we're also not seeing here. That being said, we did test this with the topper as well. And in this exact same position, the topper does get quite bunched up right here in the valley to the point where it's a little uncomfortable to sit on. Now, obviously that's not going to be nearly as big an issue, if it's an issue at all, when you're in a lower level of elevation, when you don't have it just extremely tilted up the way I have it here. But if you're someone who likes this position, you know, we certainly want to just issue that warning that the topper is probably not going to be super comfortable. And then the third thing we think about is just how well does it conform to the curves of the adjustable base. Again, the ultimate test being having it in this fully articulated position like we do here. And in this instance, I would say that Happsy probably is the best performing mattress we've tested. We've not yet seen a mattress that right out of the box can conform so well to the foot, as well as this test here where we get off the mattress and it just completely holds its shape without any kind of without raising up at all. We haven't had a mattress where the very first time we tested it, we didn't have to put it back to flat again. We could just get right back on it. It didn't move at all. So all in all, what I would say is that without the topper, for sure, the adjustable base compatibility of the Happsy mattress is excellent. With the topper, it kind of depends a little bit on how you intend to use it. If you intend to be fully elevated a lot, just like this, then I would say maybe fair to poor with the topper. But if you only intend to kind of use the more like 15-degree elevation to just anti-snore stuff, or maybe just a little elevation for reading or zero gravity, then I would still say it's very good with the topper. All right, so as part of our review of the Happsy mattress and topper, we just want to give you a sense of what to expect when they arrive. So here you have the Happsy mattress right here. As you can see, it's a little bit of a different form factor from some of the other online mattresses. The package here is quite a bit longer and a little bit skinnier. It weighs about 107 pounds. You're looking at the queen size right here. So we'll go ahead and show you how it opens up. All right, there you have it. That's the Happsy mattress out of its box. That was a little harder than most of the mattresses we do. I would just recommend that you do it with 2 people. Don't try to showboat it like I did. But you know, still 8 minutes, not a big deal. It's just a nice heavy mattress, so just a little harder to maneuver is all. Just in terms of any initial off-gassing, just before we open the topper up, what I can tell you is I'm not really getting anything at all from this distance, and then when I get my nose up against it, I definitely, there's a smell to it. It's not at all the same smell that we get with memory foam type mattresses, not surprisingly, because this is a different type of mattress. I would say it's definitely more of a rubbery type smell, although not like a traditional, it doesn't smell like a rubber Super Ball or anything like that. It's more, I don't know, it's hard to describe, but it's maybe more in that rubbery family, not surprisingly. So, but certainly a far less of any kind of smell than what we're used to with most online mattresses. Now we'll go over to the topper. All right, there we go. We got the topper out of the box now too. That was super simple. And I would say has sort of a similar, maybe like a similar, whatever the kind of like very subtle smell that I was talking about with the mattress. Probably a little bit of that is present to a lesser degree, I would add, with the topper. So again, it's not really like a chemical kind of a smell. So I'm not sure what it is, but everything has some sort of smell. This would be sort of that, I guess, a hint of like a rubbery type of smell. And there we go, the Happsy mattress fully unboxed. Three things that are going to be important anytime you're buying a mattress online are delivery, return policy, and warranty. In the case of delivery, like many of its online peers, Happsy offers free delivery to your doorstep, and then from there you'll be on the hook for bringing it into your bedroom and unboxing it like we showed you earlier in the video. In terms of return policy, Happsy offers a 120-night in-home trial, which 120 nights is probably on the higher end of average relative to their online peers. And basically, you can return the mattress for any reason during that time frame for a full refund. And if you do find yourself in that situation, it will save you a little bit of hassle, the fact that they will actually come pick it up from you. And in terms of the warranty, the Happsy warranty is a 20-year total warranty, the first 10 years of which are non-prorated, which basically means that if something happens during those first 10 years, you're getting a full repair or replacement at no cost to you. Whereas in the second 10 years, it's prorated. So, you know, if something happens in year 10, or I guess it's year 11, you'd be looking at 50% reimbursement. As the years go on, you know, by year 15, you're looking at 25%, and by year 19, you're looking at 5% reimbursement. So it really tails off in that prorated time period. But really what we tell people is the most important term in any mattress warranty is not the length of time or the prorated, non-prorated. It's what do they consider to be an allowable dip. And in the case of the Happsy warranty, they consider that to be 1.5 inches, which is standard for an inner spring mattress. But frankly, for the quality of these components, I might have expected it would be a little less. I certainly do think that these components are going to hold up well. We'll talk more about that in the price and value section, but from the standpoint of a warranty, it's hard to imagine anything close to a 1.5 inch dip happening in this mattress, short of some sort of catastrophic failure. And in the instance of catastrophic failure, of course, you would be covered by the warranty. One factor that's important to just about every mattress shopper is value. And when we think about value, we always think about how much does it cost, what's in it, and how long do we think it's going to last. In terms of the cost, the current price of the Happsy mattress is $1,399 in a queen size, and the topper is another $399, bringing the total to $1,798 in a queen size. And both of those would be before any GoodBed discounts are applied. So be sure to check the description of this video for a link to our website where you can find the best available discounts on the Happsy at any given time. In terms of what you're getting for that, you're getting essentially, without the topper, you're getting a 10-inch mattress with organic latex over pocketed coils. You're getting essentially a 2-inch layer of that premium comfort material, which is that certified organic latex. And then with the topper, you're getting an additional 2 inches of that same material. In terms of how long we think it's going to last, we generally look to those comfort layers and the materials used in them as our best, albeit imperfect, predictor of longevity. In the case of latex, I would tell you that latex, as in the scheme of all the comfort materials used in mattresses today, has by far the best track record and most proven track record of longevity of any of them. It has been used for many, many, many decades and has always been considered to be an extremely durable material. So I really don't see latex being a weak link in this mattress in terms of loss of height or softness, significant amounts of softening or what have you. Below that you have pocketed coils, which coils also have a very long track record. And in spite of you having read about inner spring mattresses getting kind of a bad knock for durability issues, it almost always, with those inner spring mattresses, is the cheap foams on the top of the mattress that break down, not the springs themselves. So I'm also not worried about the springs in this mattress being a weak link. So because of the simple construction here, that makes it very easy to conclude that really I don't see a weak link here from a durability standpoint. So I really see this as a mattress that should hold up very well over time and serve you well for a number of years with its same kind of pressure relieving and comfort and supporting characteristics, both with and without the topper. So in terms of how all that adds up to overall value, I would have to say that the Happsy offers an exceptional value, particularly if you value this organic certification that they have of the entire mattress, and really all that went into that in terms of the conscientious thought of using all these different types of organic materials, these certified organic materials, as well as not using all of the adhesives and the fire retardant chemicals and what have you that would have precluded getting this organic certification. And then of course all of the effort in just making sure they get third-party validation to show that they did these things, which does add extra expense. And to give you an idea, organic certified mattresses typically run at least $3,000–$4,000, at least, and can go up to easily the upper thousands, close to 10,000 or more. So I'm not saying that this mattress exactly in this configuration would cost 10,000, but I've not seen a fully certified organic mattress ever at this price point. So if you value those things, there's no question this is an exceptional value. But I would go beyond that and say that even if you don't value those things, just the quality of the components here with natural latex over pocketed coils, this is still a very competitive price point. So all in all, I would definitely have to say that the Happsy represents an exceptional value. So just to summarize some of the things we've covered in this video, the Happsy mattress is a 10-inch latex over pocketed coil mattress that also comes with an optional 2-inch topper and is entirely certified as an organic mattress, and just so happens to be, as far as we know, the least expensive certified organic mattress on the market. We talked about how we think the Happsy mattress without the topper is going to be a great fit for a pretty wide range of back and stomach sleepers in terms of weight. And we even think it's a pretty good fit for a lot of side sleepers, although we do think side sleepers, particularly if you're lighter and or curvier than me, or just prefer a little extra softness in any sleep position, might prefer to add the topper. We talked about how if you're looking for a mattress with a lot of that slow melting memory feel, you're not going to get any of that on this mattress. Nor are you going to get a whole lot of that hugged or cradled sensation, although you'll get a fair amount of it if you choose to add the topper. But if you're looking for a mattress with what we would consider to be a medium firm level of softness in the Happsy version and the non-topper version, and a medium soft level with the topper version, one that has a little bit of bounce to it, one that has very good edge support, one that has also very good motion isolation and excellent adjustable base compatibility, and maybe most importantly, one that just goes to great lengths to avoid the use of chemicals and to use certified organic materials wherever possible. And if all of the other criteria and considerations that we covered in this video sound like a good match for you, then we definitely think that the Happsy mattress is one that you should consider. So we hope you found this video helpful in determining whether the Happsy mattress is the right mattress for you. If you're still not sure though, we really recommend you go to GoodBed.com and take advantage of the many information resources we have to help you find the right mattress for you, including our detailed in-depth write-up of the Happsy mattress, as well as our mattress match quiz, which will help you look across brands and stores to find mattresses that best match your personal needs and preferences. In the meantime though, we really thank you for watching and we hope you sleep well.